Is the Nintendo 3DS XL still relevant in 2017? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? My name is Sam and welcome to the first episode of Tech Talk Friday. This is a new series I'm doing where I am bringing up a question pertaining to technology, and then I am leaving the floor open to discussion from you, the audience. So this is a series I will be doing throughout the month of August. So you would call this a pilot phase. And then I'll go back to school, and then if you all seem to like this series, I will bring it back when I am back home from school. So for today's topic, is the Nintendo 3DS XL still relevant in 2017? So the reason why I'm asking this question is because just last month, Nintendo released their new 2DS XL, further showing that yes, they are still very much involved in the handheld gaming market. So if they just released the new 2DS XL, why did I buy a new 3DS XL? So I've been a longtime lover of Nintendo handhelds since the Game Boy Color. That was the first one I ever owned. And then from that point on, I now am at the new Nintendo 3DS XL. And if you all want to see all of the different Nintendo handhelds I have owned over the years, I will leave a link in the description below to kit. I have created a kit solely based around the Nintendo handhelds I have owned. So if you are interested in reading the stories and my favorite games on each of those handhelds, I highly recommend you read it because I really enjoyed writing it and you'll learn a little bit more about me through it. So what happened was I was home for spring break in March and I went to go boot up my Nintendo DSi. And I noticed when I turned it on, a lot of the services had been shut down. The web store, even the multiplayer. So although it was still playable, to me it was unplayable because a lot of the single player games I had beaten the single player and I really wasn't in the mood to play the single player again. I wanted to play other people. So that is when I thought to myself, well, maybe I should get a 3DS XL, but maybe I shouldn't. So then a few months go by and I was talking to one of my friends who had a new 3DS XL and they recommended it. Cut to May of 2017, I'm on eBay and I find this. This is the one I ended up buying. It is a new Nintendo 3DS XL in red. This is the launch version. And I found one that was in really good shape. Surprisingly, it looked practically unused, and it also came with these two amazing games. I honestly have no idea why anybody would want to give these games away for free with a console. I mean, the music in this one is just impeccable. So jokes aside, I got my 3DS XL in the original box, which was really sweet. It came with no charger, but that wasn't really a problem for me because I had my old one from my DSi, so I'm just using that. So I'll cut to the chase. I got into a bidding war and I won. I actually got this for around the same price as a new 2DS XL. So I felt pretty proud of myself upon winning this. I didn't realize that there was a web store, and I went on the store on the 3DS, and I was blown away by how many virtual console games there are. I love virtual console games, so I went and I bought a couple, and I also bought a couple of 3DS games. I got Mario Kart 7 and I got Super Smash Bros. And this came with Kirby, so I got Kirby too, which was really cool. And I also got Flipnote Studio. I don't know if you all remember that, but Flipnote Studio was a really neat flipbook application that was on the DSi. And you could get it by earning Nintendo rewards points or something like that. And I had several, probably from the Super Mario Run game on the iPhone. So I used those to redeem Flipnote Studio. Besides the web store, I love the build quality, and I love the fact that it's backwards compatible. That's always great. And another thing that I like is the bigger screen. I honestly was not used to such a huge screen on a DS, and so this took me by surprise, of course. And the 3D mode, you know, I haven't really been using it in 3D all that much. There are a couple of games that do look pretty good in 3D. I think Mario Kart 7 looks awesome in 3D, and Super Smash Bros. Does blow me away in 3D, but it hurts my eyes after a while, so I don't really use it all that often. I mostly stay in 2D. And besides that, I can't really say that the camera's great. The camera is definitely not made like your average smartphone camera. It is a pretty potato quality camera. So that is something that I don't use all that often. But besides that, this has been a great console. I think this came out in 2015. I don't quite remember, or 2014. It was around that time period. And of course, the new 2DS XL just came out. So which one should you get, the 3DS XL or the new 2DS? Well, Honestly, if you're gonna get a new 3DS XL like I did, I highly recommend getting it on eBay. I do not think this is worth the $200. The extra $50 for 3D, I just think that's ridiculous. So, but of course, if you do want it new, then by all means. However, what I do highly recommend, I think the new 2DS XL is honestly the way to go. It is Nintendo's latest console. It's $50 cheaper than one of these new. If you can't score one in this condition on eBay, then just go for the new 2DS XL. And I think there's this fear that Nintendo is not distributing as many 3D games as they used to. A lot of them are more 2D oriented. So in that case, yeah, the new 2DS XL is probably your best bet. In an age of smartphones, is it worth it to even get a handheld console? And honestly, even though Android does offer emulators, and I think if you want to use emulators on an iPhone, you have to jailbreak it, it's the experience is really what it comes down to. And having access to licensed Nintendo software and licensed Nintendo stuff also adds on to that as well. You don't get the same experience playing a game made for this on something like an iPhone or an Android phone. And I know some people do play virtual console games on Android phones, and that's cool and all, but I think playing it on a system like this is much, much cooler. So that is my take on handheld consoles, specifically speaking the new Nintendo 3DS XL. What do you think about handheld consoles? Do you have one? Do you not have one? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm really eager to read your responses. Well, that is going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the next one.